Hello. Okay. Hi guys. So it's Gracie here, and I just want to talk with you guys and just talk about like, oh my gosh, please don't spill this again. I just want to talk about basically what I've been experiencing um these past few days in summary, and just how I'm going through a change in my life and I'm embracing it, and I'm here and I'm still showing up and I'm still being me. And I first off I want to say I'm proud of myself and I'm thankful that I'm doing that. And I just want y'all to know that y'all keep me going. Okay? My 97 subscribers keep me going to my 97,000 subscribers because I am promised and this is my passion. Ah, he keeps squeezing me like really tight. He got sharp nails. I gotta trim his nails. But yeah, let's take a few deep breaths. So let's clear this. Inhale. Allow yourself to be in this present moment. And inhale. Oh, that feels so good. Y'all. Oh, one thing I noticed about um, mindful meditation is that it really helps me just feel safe and focus on the present moment. And as I go through a transition, for example, when I was pregnant, I was like scared for some reason. Like I was scared to move my body. I don't know if I was judging myself or if I was just scared or if it's just a lot. Like it was a lot of stuff that had happened that kind of had me starstruck in my own body. Like I was, first of all, pregnancy was really hard, so I don't even blame myself. It was just so much going on that I kind of like was frozen inside of myself and I wasn't like moving. Does that make sense? Like I didn't give myself permission to move, or maybe I didn't feel like I was worthy of moving, or maybe I didn't feel like I deserved to move through my pain. And now that I'm going through a transition and it's something, yeah, I would consider it traumatic, but now that I'm going through a transition right now, what I notice, and I'm really proud of myself, is that I'm allowing myself to move through my pain and move through my discomfort. And that really helps me like embrace what I'm going through and accept what I'm feeling. And it really builds my resilience and helps me flow. Because one thing I really respect about myself is I let myself feel my emotions. Like, there's people, there's people who will not allow themselves to feel, and they will be mad that they're mad. And I used to be like that. I used to be mad that I was mad that I was mad. And to a point where, like, I was not allowing myself to feel it. Now, I'm at a point where I feel them. I cry when I need to cry. If I need to scream, um, I go outside and I scream. Or like, not even gonna lie, like reasonably. Not to say that I do this, not to promote this, but reasonably. Um, if it's a reasonable cause, I might even show the person that really made me feel that way that you got me messed up. Like, and um, y'all, I'm proud of myself for letting myself feel. If I need to dance, I dance. I do what my body tells me that feels right in order to feel free and let this pain like move throughout my body. I'll sit in the shower and feel the water on me, and I'll cry if I need to. Like, I'll wash my hair, I'll sing in the shower, like, and that's one thing I really respect about myself, and I really advise people to do is feel the emotion instead of running from it. And feeling the emotion really helped me, like, detox from it. You know, when you go through something, you kind of go into, like, your body is protecting you, and you kind of go into a detox mode. Not that the emotion is bad, but that your body is keeping you safe. And you can like prolong that trauma the more that you hide from whatever it is. You know what I mean? So embrace that, even if you were wrong, even if you did something bad, like, damn, I did that, or this happened to me. I'm sad. I'm finna cry. One thing my friends or any man that I've been with knows about me is they know that I will cry. Like, and I've had people ask me why, like, how do you cry so easily? And I'm like, I let it happen. Like, yes, it can be embarrassing. Like, I've cried in public too. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, and it can be embarrassing, and it takes a lot of guts to be that vulnerable with people, especially people that you may not even feel comfortable around. But I said, I don't know, I just let myself do it. I just cry. Like babies do it. They cry because that's how they communicate, and they cry. They let that shit happen. You know what I mean? And so that's why I don't feel like crying is a bad thing. Don't tell me to stop crying. If I'm crying, it's because it's for a reason. Don't tell me don't cry. You can't tell me not to cry. I'm crying because this hurts me, or I'm sad, or I'm happy. You know what I mean? But one thing about me is I'm gonna let the emotions go through. Okay. Sorry, my son's getting into stuff. But yeah, so basically, what I wanted to talk to y'all about today is okay, what I wanted to talk to y'all about today is that nobody chose for the world to be this way. So one thing that helped me forgive people when they hurt me or not be judgmental is that whose fault is this really? You know, we can get we need to get to the surface level. Why is the world the way that it is? Do you know what I mean? And like I remember as a kid I was upset with my mother about some of the things that I felt like she could have did differently. And now as an adult, I realize that well, it's easier said than done. Cause being a mom that's doing everything, being a single mother, or being sick, or being mentally challenged because of all the things that you go through, who chooses that? Do you know what I mean? Why is the world so difficult and so hard? And is it by design? I think so. I actually think that a lot of this is by design, and a lot of how this world is should not be um, as hard as it is. So nobody was born here and decided like, yeah, I'm gonna struggle and be doing everything by myself. You know what I mean? Nobody gets into a relationship and then sees the future and sees that this person is going to hurt me or leave me with 5 kids or something. You know what I mean? So, whose fault is it really? And this goes deep. This goes deep into what capitalism is. This goes deep into how America is even set up, how the world is even set up, and how the world is designed to profit on the backs of poor, of the poor, or the backs of people who are less fortunate. And with that being said, it's like I posted this video today, and I was like, you'll dead ass be, hi Jacob, you'll dead ass be in uh, um, in an interview, and they'll ask you, why do you want to work here? And then you'll probably be like, unless it's like a job that you actually want, but if it's like something like that you're there for money, you'll be like, because I love taking care of people and all this stuff, but really it's because like I need money. And like let's keep it real. Like nobody, I'm not gonna say nobody, but a lot of people don't wake up in their life and decide I want to work at like Popeye's Chicken. They do it because that's their circumstances and that's what will help them get to the next step and because they need money, but nobody actually chose for it to be this way. Do you see what I'm saying? So when people do things that are unfair or when people do things that are bad, for example, when people steal, I'm not saying that it's okay to steal. I'm not condoning stealing. But I will say what happened to you and why is life like this to where there's people who feel like they need to steal or who do steal in order to get to the next step. Why is it so hard for someone to have resources or attain their dreams and desires to where they feel like they have to steal in order to do that? So what is the core problem? Because for me, what it seems to be the core problem of why people may steal or why people may hurt others may be something that was by design, because you got to think about it. Whoever is running this this world, this system, this matrix has created a divide and conquer tactics. And it is really easy to hate one another for our faults or our mistakes or our decisions, or you betrayed me, or you did this to me, or you stole candy out of my store, you stole formula from my business, you stole this, you know what I mean? It's really, really easy to hate each other, but if we could be more mindful and thoughtful of why are you like this and what happened to you, and also why is the world like this to where somebody is having a hard time getting what they need. Do you understand what I'm saying? If we could think more deeper on that type of level, we won't go to war with each other because of what we have done or because of what they have done. When you see things deeper, you start to understand that who's really to play. For example, I'm not sure if y'all gonna understand this. I'm trying to break this down. But for example, I'm a mother and I got pregnant at 18. I had my baby at 19 and I just turned 20. And my her age. And a lot of people will call me wrong, irresponsible, bad, fast for having a baby at this age. And whereas I'm accepting of people's opinions and what they think and what they believe, because I'm not gonna convince you otherwise. But what I am gonna say is that was the world created for someone like me to prosper, or someone who's just doing their natural biological things bad? Do you know what I mean? Oh, hold on. Hold on, y'all. Somebody calling me. Hold on. Basically, if it's at 18, even 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, your body is at the mating stage, and your body is biologically telling you to mate and to reproduce and doing what is created to do. And it's also, you find someone that you fall in love with and you genuinely love that person and you want to spend your world with that person, and that's nature. Y'all mate just like every other mammal, being, and you reproduce, and that's the way that I see it. So I don't see what I did as bad. I just have a family. I just want a family. I just want peace. I just fell in love. I had a baby. I love my baby. What is really the problem? In my opinion, the way that I see things is that the world is created in a way that goes against natural human biology, and having children is like a reward after you have your finances together, and that basically is saying that only the wealthy and the rich, or the people who have went to college or whatever, are allowed to have children, and I don't think that's right. I think that we're all designed to be fruitful and multiply and have babies and fall in love without all of this other stuff. So for me, the reason why I am graceful and forgiving and why I try not to be hard on myself for people's opinions and judgments of me being a young mother is because the world is the way that it is. So is it me that is at fault or is it the world? When there's a human being doing what human beings do and they just want a family and peace and love and to be a mother, what is really wrong with that? So when you take your judgment out of things and you try to look at the overall picture, it can really, really help humanity. And yeah, basically, like, that pretty much sums up everything that I have to say, Am I bad for having a baby at a young age? Or is the world bad for setting it up in a way where financially you shouldn't have a baby until you're 30, which goes against natural human biology? I don't know, it's your call. But let's be mindful of those things and graceful of those things and stop being so judgmental of people and of the choices that they have made. Okay? That's it. People want to call me fast, they want to call me irresponsible, they want to call me names, they want to assume things about me because I'm a young mother. I don't see life that way. And I do know that before all of this in this society and before the brainwashing and all of this, we lived in a way that was harmonious to our natural selves and also harmonious to our peace. And I feel like bringing that back is what's important. So, thank you for coming and listening. This was a short live, but yeah, thank you.